What's your stance in general on illegal immigration and how the California legislature should handle these issues?
So I want to talk about the 150,000 after, but just in case I forget, please remind me.
Sure, I'll remind you.
So as far as illegal immigration, so my grandfather was an immigrant, came here, went through the legal process. My wife came here, went through the process, is legal.
And what is your heritage? Because your last name is Paz and Mario Paz, so it would seem like it could be Hispanic, but it could also be Italian.
Well, my grandparents came from Puerto Rico, and they came into Ellis Island, and so it's pretty cool. If you go to Ellis Island, you could see all the boat they came on, the paperwork. It's pretty cool that they have that website. And then my father was born in New York, moved to Compton, went to Compton High. My mother.
So you were raised to be tough. At
well,
least he was.
Yes, he was. Yeah. Well, we grew up in Norwalk too, which is the heavy Latino community. So
sure.
Then my mom's Irish, Scottish, English. So that's where I get my fairness from.
Got it.
And she grew up in Southgate. So all of these communities. I was born in Lynwood. All these communities that I'm running, this is all they're all linked together. Coming back home, and my father. Met my mother. She went to St. Mary's Academy, and my grandfather was not happy about it. He said, "You cannot marry that man." And then my mom goes, "Well, he's Mexican," and she goes, "No, he's Puerto Rican." And my grandfather goes, "That's even worse."
Oh no.
So it was.
Okay, so you definitely have an immigrant background,
yes.
But legal immigration process.
Yes, everything went through the legal immigration process. And my father-in-law, he came here from Turkey as a professor at Cal State Long Beach in engineering, and then my wife came with him. So she's pretty much American, more so than she's she assimilated very well. And so we see the success when you go through the legal immigration process. And so I'm adamant supporter of that. Now, regarding the illegal immigration, the rules on the books, they're there for a reason. And the reason why we have a wall, it's there for a reason. We need to protect our country because that's something we hold dear. We have walls on our house. We protect our house because that's something we own, we're proud of. We have a fence around our house. So I wish that everybody would be proud of our country and build the wall. And at the same time, we look at our immigration policies, and if there's flaws, let's look at it and fix them. But currently, I wouldn't be here if they were flawed. So there's something good about those policies because I wouldn't be here and my children wouldn't be here if the policies were flawed.
And I think the biggest argument for legal versus illegal immigration is that with the legal immigration program, the people coming in have some kind of skill that we generally need here in the country, and they are immediately contributing members of society, where allowing millions of people across the border without those skills are draining the country instead of contributing and building it. And like you had said, assimilation is very important, and it seems like a lot of people don't believe that we have the capacity to assimilate all of these illegal immigrants in the time that they're coming over in the short time frame.
Yeah, and I will say one thing. When my grandparents came here, they didn't have a skill that the country wanted, but they had someone here that would help them get to there. So it wasn't hey, we're letting you in and you have nothing here. It was, who do you know here? How are you going to take care of yourself? You weren't going to go on to a government payroll where you were going to get paid. It was, hey, you're going to have to provide for yourself. You're going to be in this country, and who do you know here that's going to help you? And so that was kind of how they got in. And so I agree that we need skilled, but at the same time, if you're coming here and you don't have the skill, do you have someone here that's going to help you achieve that next level?
So you don't have to go on public assistance, because I saw on your website that you were saying that here in California, illegal immigrants are entitled to $300 per week in unemployment, so that's roughly $1,200 a month, plus $38.74 in federal aid and also Social Security.
Right. So, I mean, they're just drawing on our system, and the old system that allowed me to exist here is one where you didn't get any of that aid, and our country was flourishing. So that's something that we could go back to. Regarding the 150,
Yep.
So the 150,000. So it really strikes a nerve when it comes to that bill. And the reason why is because I'm not familiar with all of the rules in California, but Newsom vetoed it. And I know in the federal law, when they veto it, it could go back to the process and get enough votes so it passes without a supermajority and no veto. My concern is we're going to give, so that bill, if you recall the bill, it says for any illegal immigrant that comes in the country and they would like to buy a house, we will give you up to $150,000 for a down payment. So what's upsetting about that, they're using taxpayer money. They could call it a bond or whatever. Those bonds get funded by taxpayer money. I mean, everything is all about wording and the way it's presented, but at the end of the day, it's taxpayers paying $150,000 for illegal immigrants. What's most upsetting about that is there's so many people who can't afford to put a down payment on a house, but their tax dollars are going to go to somebody to pay for it. So they're contributing to society. They have a job. They're working. I don't know if they have a family. They're just contributing to society, and we're going to take their tax money and give it to somebody who's just came in and say, okay, here you go. Here's $150,000. So, I mean, it's just a smack in the face. And I don't understand when people start to wake up and say, okay, I know this isn't the party I want to be in, but they're killing me. And I don't know when that turns or when that flips and how we get that out there so that they understand, yeah, I'm a Democrat, but my money is going all to I'm barely making ends meet, but my taxes are going for somebody else to buy a house, and I can't buy a house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary that the system has been built so well that it's fooling people out of their own money. So.
And let's stick on that issue, which is making ends meet and cost of living. I saw that on your site. You said that in 2023, 700,000 Californians left the state. I'm guessing that you believe a lot of the reason behind that was because the cost of living is so high in California. And then the question, of course, is what's causing the cost of living to go up, and how do we address that? And I know that's vague, but I'll let you kind of, take off however you would like.
They're leaving, because of our policies and because of cost of living.